If you have ever caught yourself saying, I'm almost ready to record, I just need to, I just gotta, I gotta do this, I gotta finish this, I gotta think about it a little bit more. Maybe this is the video for you, because I'm gonna tell you this right now. What you don't need is more planning. We need to get to recording. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact workflow that I like to use when I need to stop spinning, get out of my notes, start actually filming it, and then getting the video uploaded. And it is my favorite method of filming, especially when you're feeling real busy in your head, live to tape. Oh, it's my favorite. It's my favorite. Oh, it's so good. Friends, I know your ideas are incredible. I know it. We could go into any one of your notes, your databases, your journals, your folders, and find a treasure trove of amazing ideas. And you've even thought through 100 different ways that you can deliver this idea. But sometimes the planning just becomes procrastination. And we're not doing that anymore. Because if I know you, and I feel like I've gotten to know you pretty well, is that aside from the planning part, you will really, really love to cross something off the list and say you did it. Do the check mark, cross out the line item, label it done. Like, isn't that the best? But we can't do that if you don't get out of your own way and actually start recording. But the work you did planning is not for nothing. We are going to take that information, we are going to utilize it within Ecamm. So our planning will actually serve us and not stop us. Hey, this is Ecamm Live. Isn't she cute? Isn't she fabulous? If you haven't met, I'm happy to introduce you. This is the program that made all the difference in my output of videos once I started to implement this workflow of live to tape. Because all the information is going to be there for you right now. First things first, you're going to need to start a new profile. I want you to start with a blank profile so we're not confused with anything else that you've already done and you're not at risk of messing up anything that you already worked on. You'll do that by heading to the menu up at the top of your screen, selecting profile, and then also selecting new blank profile. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? It is that simple. Now you will get a little something like this, and I've closed a lot of my windows because we are not going to be utilizing a lot of the windows. You can also do the same thing. I really like to just only have open the things that I need to be working on and using right now. All of that planning information that we have stored in our heads, stored in our databases, stored in our notes, we can actually utilize that by building some scenes. So right now I've got my default scene. If there's one thing I know about people who love to plan is that y'all love a format, and I love a format. The format that I often use is intro, point A, point B, point C, conclusion. That's like basically how I learned how to write an essay in middle school. It still works, Mrs. Ovi. Thank you so much for teaching me that. In our scene window here, we are going to add exactly that. We've got our intro, then we're going to have point 1, point 2, point 3, outro. So we need total 5 scenes. You can develop it to work specifically for your formats, but pretty much any topic you can fit into this. We start with our default scene. If you double click here, we're going to rename that introduction. We'll rename this one point 1, point 2, point 3, and then we'll call this conclusion. What a cute little format we have. If you are like me and you need to make some adjustments to your camera, I tend to do this every time I film because I do move my camera around from time to time. But if you are fully stationary, you know how it's going to look, you know what you need, you can actually just go ahead and set these. And what I like to do is, for the various points, kind of change the framing a little bit. We'll do the same for this one, and let's put point 3 on the other side. Yes. There's a lot you can do with a blank wall. I'm just saying. It doesn't have to be that complex. And then we've got our conclusion. Let's bring that back to center. So our video is going to look like, hello, this is my introduction. The first thing that I want to tell you is this. The second thing I want to tell you is this. And then the third thing I want to tell you is this. Wasn't that great? I'm so glad I told you that thing. Not so complicated. Most topics that you want to cover can fit into some version of this. Of course, you can add more, you can do less. That's totally up to you. Depends on what you're talking about. But this is always where I start. And since this is something that we're going to use again because we're not going to be rebuilding from scratch every single time. We don't live like that anymore. We're going to go to the folder. We're going to call this template. And then we're going to put our cute little scenes inside that folder. So when we do go to film, this part is already built. Now everything else is customizing it to that specific topic. And I know you got a lot of them. I'm going to copy this folder and I'm going to paste this folder and make sure it's not inside the other folder, which is not what we want. And I will make sure I rename this one video today. So whatever video you were working on today, so we don't mess up our template. So now inside of our template, we will take what is in our notes and fit it into this format. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? And what's good about this is that it gives you a clear path to follow. And knowing that that work has already been done, maybe you can take a little breath because there's so many other things that you need to think of to make your video. I don't want you having to worry about this part because this is not the hard part. This is the easy part and it's done for you already. Now, based off of your notes for whatever this video is that you're working on, you can actually utilize the names of these scenes in order to help you. So if you're the kind of person that needs a little this is what we're talking about next, you can put this in here because you can open up this window and you can rename this and you can give yourself a prompt note, a bullet point. So my intro is this. Then I put point 1, we can give us the little prompt for that. And you can even rearrange them. So if you're like, actually, I think I want to start with that point, and then I want to change this one to this one, then you can do that. Nothing has changed in here, except we might need to change where our layout is, but we're going to check that before we get going. And then our conclusion, we can do that. Now, those are just your top of mind bullet points to help keep you on track. Your job is to expand upon those once you get in there. We have our intro, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, and our conclusion. And I think I would actually change just like a little change between each scene because it helps be a visual touch point for me. And that tickles my brain, you know? So we've got our point 1, point 2, and then conclusion. And the joy of having something like this is that you don't have another app that you have to find. This is already built into Ecamm, which is what you're going to be looking at in order to change the scenes anyway. The information's just already there, waiting for you. And in doing it like this, if you know what you're talking about, because you've done so much planning, you don't need to use a teleprompter. You can just use this information to move you along. Now, if you still need more than that, we can add some elements, some overlays into each scene. When you open up a scene, you can select the scene. This is our overlays window. If you do not have that open, it is over here. It is the it's got a little T, little picture. That's the overlays. That's the one. That's the one we need. That's going to open up this one here. You can add an image, you can add a word, and you can just have that in here. You can customize what it looks like, and that is there to help you along. So we had our intro, and then we're going to point 1. When we go to point 2, we can also add in here. We can reposition that over here. We can put this wherever we feel like. And of course, to all these overlays, you can make all sorts of customizations. And then your conclusion, which I like to be right here because I don't need everybody seeing everything. Just what they need to see. That's it. Just what that's the magic. That's the magic. The beauty of doing this is that you are building your outline, your notes, your format inside of the same tool that you're going to be recording in. And doesn't that just make it feel so good? Once your structure is built the way that you want, it's time to record. You don't have to leave Ecamm, but you do close your notes, close your Notion, don't go back to your Google Docs, just press record. And when you record this way and you get used to it and you get in the mode and you get in the flow, you are going to be making videos that, guess what? You won't have to edit. You won't be able to use that excuse anymore because you can do all of that in one take. And that will get you to finished videos faster. So you can, say it with me, get to the next idea. Yes, that right there. And when you're done, Ecamm is going to give you the recording instantly, already on your computer. You don't have to take anything out of an SD card. You don't have to transfer. It's already saved onto your computer, wherever it is you wanted to put it. My organized little magical creature you. I bet your folders are just like so good. I bet they are just organized beautifully. File it, upload it, make your thumbnail, make your description, all of those kind of things. but the video is done. And I love this workflow for people who are planners because the whole thing will live in one place. If you hop out into your places where you plan, you are at risk of being sucked into the rabbit hole of planning some more. But if we take that idea into Ecamm, then close all the other apps, you're here in recording mode because this is the place of recording. This is the home of videos that are finished. And if this workflow feels just delicious to you, you like the structure, you like the idea that the notes are built in, the visual cues make recording feel easier, you might be a planner. But if you're still not sure and you want to know your creator type, we have a quiz for that. Take it, come back, leave a comment, let's see where you land. Let me know. And if you want to see the workflows for presenters or producers, we have those videos as well. Ecamm gives every type of creator a pathway to getting the video done more efficiently, more effectively, and more fabulously. This is a place to work, but like have fun with it. We got something for everybody, and I can't wait to show you more.